Through the last two videos, I've outlined how Has Been Hotel portrays substance use disorder and the interventions used to treat it. And because this show is dedicated to the entire recovery process, I get to make this video about how things can get complicated and even go off the rails. In episode 6, Angel Dust comes home from a hard shift, clearly having retained the lessons he learned in episode 4. Nifty tells him,
"You look messy,"
and asks
what happened to you.
If he was still the Angel Dust from the first half of the show, the facade would have gone up because he was too proud to admit that his job is abusive or bad or anything less than his glamorous life of stardom. But he's not that man anymore. He's changed, and he's willing now to turn to people when he's stressed rather than alcohol and other substances. So when Nifty asks after him, he replies,
"It's who happened to me, and the answer is everyone. Twice."
And she's not the only one he opens up to. As soon as Angel Dust gets comfortable, his friend Cherry Bomb makes her entrance and tells us that he's been trying to reach out to her for support or comfort during his stressful shift.
Angie, you bitch! You've been texting me depressing shit all day.
It's immediately obvious she's completely unequipped to give him what he's learned is a preferable substitute for substances.
Oh, you can sleep when you're double dead, fuckhead! Come on! What you really need is a recharge!
Not only does his emotional vulnerability make her uncomfortable in the sense that she doesn't know what to do with it, but she also doesn't understand why he's acting like this now. He used to be able to compartmentalize work and fun, and to her, it's worrying that he's letting work consume him.
Angel, enough with the Val talk. He already ruined your whole day. Don't let him ruin your night, too.
The way she sees it, the only thing that's changed is that now Angel Dust has been working on himself in his off hours, and she sees how much distress it's put him in. This is the trickiest thing about their relationship. She loves him and wants the best for him. For Cherry Bomb, that means Angel Dust should get some relaxation, and the way she and Angel Dust get to relax is by using drugs to dissociate from their problems, rather than letting their problems consume them.
Here, take one of these, and you won't be worrying about nothing.
It's her way of taking some modicum of control over her own life. Everything she does is to help him as she understands help, but all she has to offer are unhealthy coping mechanisms that he's tried really hard to move away from. This dynamic plays out over the course of episode 6 as the crew goes clubbing and Angel Dust is pushed into the social aspect of recovery, that is, how to navigate and redefine your old relationships. In the first video, we went over how abusive or otherwise stressful relationships can be an emotional trigger to abuse substances, but this isn't the only relationship that leads one to this behavior. Often, if someone is recovering from substance use disorder, a lot of people they're friends with and care about also abuse substances and, like Cherry Bomb, either provide access and temptation or encouragement to default to their old coping mechanisms.
Come on, bitch! If you've really been working that hard, you deserve a little R&R and some THC or maybe PCP with DMT. Oh, fuck it! Let's see where the night takes us, huh?
And she stonewalls his attempts to use his new social coping mechanisms of talking to his friends about what's going on.
I need a drink after today. You know, Val, he's into this waterboarding shit now. I don't know, it's a kink.
Angel, enough with the Val talk.
There's another impulse behind her encouraging Angel Dust to default to his old habits, and this one is a little more selfish and sabotaging. Cherry Bomb is scared of losing her friend.
Did you just call these cunts your friends? Well, that was my job.
Angel Dust spends his time trying to redeem himself, and the implication, since he's doing something new and harder, is that there's something wrong with what he was doing before, and with what she's still doing. She is, on some level, afraid of judgment and of being left behind. When he invites her to come join them at the hotel, she insists,
Okay, look, Angie, I'm glad this hotel shit is working for you, but you know me, bitch! I am doing just fine!
To her credit, she also says she's glad the hotel is working out for him, and tells him she's still his friend whenever he needs her.
But, you need me. You know where to find me, yeah?
Which is about as good as a relationship like this can go between two addicts who are in very different places, one on his road to recovery and the other very much not. There are hints that Cherry Bomb might come to stay at the Has Been in a later season, and I hope she does because I want to see more of her. I think what they're going for with her is that she'll start trying to redeem herself because she likes serpentias and needs to go to heaven if she's going to be with him.
Cherry Bomb, I
I love you. Remember me!
That was kind of hot.
But we'll see how sustainable a motivation that is long term. In the episodes we have, she's very much not there yet. In fact, she's framed as the devil on Angel Dust's shoulder. The angel on the shoulder, demon on the other is a staple of our visual media. Sometimes they're framed as the id and the ego if the author wants to be more secular and less religious, but in either case, the character is framed as being torn between two impulses, the thing they want to do and the thing they should do. The embodiment of each impulse makes its case.
Here, take one of these, and you won't be worrying about nothing.
Here we go.
Oh, look, the drunk sobered up long enough to judge us.
I ain't the one trying to get into heaven. Look, you want to fuck up all your progress? Be my guest. I just thought you were better than that.
Thanks, Captain Buzzkill.
And what the character does and whose advice they take tells you what kind of person they are. Are they the kind of person to chase pleasure to the detriment of themselves and others? Or are they the kind of person to do the right thing even when no one's looking? However, Has Been Hotel is a deeply religious show, so instead of the id and the ego, we get the demon and the angel. This version gives us slightly different information. We still get to see whether they chase pleasure or follow the straight and narrow, but we don't get to see what they do when no one's watching, because a religious person must assume that someone is always watching. Which brings us to the framing device of this episode. A council of angels is literally watching him at the club as he decides whether or not to do drugs with Cherry Bomb.
Well, I bet Angel is doing all of those things right now.
Then let's fucking see it, bruh.
Your honors, may I present Exhibit A.
At first, Angel Dust resists Cherry Bomb's offer of drugs and insistence that he take them.
I don't know. It's been a long night, and I don't need to go too wild.
But as he keeps trying to talk to her about what's going on in his life,
He's into this waterboarding shit now. I don't know, it's a kink.
and as she keeps stonewalling him,
Angel, enough with the Val talk.
and as the alcohol keeps coming,
I bought everyone another shot. Hooray!
Fuck it, let's do it.
his resolve lessens. This makes it seem like Angel Dust might get lured into his old life and go too far. But remember, Medrano differentiates between drinking socially and responsibly and substance use disorder. As the evening continues, Angel Dust finds himself put in a position of responsibility and caring for someone else. Nifty, who's
Like 10 pounds soaking wet.
gets drunk faster than anyone else in the group and starts getting herself in trouble with other patrons of the club and tries stealing from the club's supply closet.
Chlorine. Bleach.
As she's Angel Dust's friend, he worries about her and goes after her to keep her out of trouble.
Look, she ain't used to this scene. I just don't want her to end up in the gutter like I used to.
This is an important part of recovery. He can't always be the messy one. Sometimes he needs to be level-headed enough to take care of someone else. This is also a really nice parallel to Nifty's opening line of the episode, where she says,
You look messy. What happened to you?
now he asks her,
God, Nif, why you being such a mess?
and makes sure she's taken care of.
You wanna play with the kitty?
Yeah.
The fuck is this?
She's wasted.
At the end of the day, it's not just Charlie's lessons, and it's not just Husk's tough love, but his own impulse to be a valuable part of an interdependent group, and that means sometimes being the responsible one that others can rely on. The need to be needed is a strong motivating factor for people, and if people have a reason beyond themselves to make the right choice, sometimes the choice is easier to make. For Angel Dust, that reason comes in the form of making and having friends that count on him. This is representative of a real trend we see amongst survivors of substance use disorder who choose to be peer support specialists or similar, so they can pay it forward and help someone else make a change that's meant a lot to them. What we can learn from Angel Dust and Medrano's portrayal of substance use disorder is that this struggle, no matter how stigmatized and marginalized, is knowable, and that, like any behavioral health disorder, it can be overcome. Angel Dust begins the show as a deeply cynical, self-hating shell of a person, but as he begins to turn away from hard drugs and towards other characters, we get to see a whole new side of him that makes good, kind, and pro-social choices. And I'm really glad that we get to see this arc play out on TV. You can't understand a struggle that's invisible, and media is an important part of the attention economy. Angel Dust is also a gangster who kills people.
Can't we just kill him? Shoot him and spill his blood? Eat lead, sucker! I told you, I can handle myself, baby.
I notice no one ever brings that up when it comes time to talk about whether he's worthy of redemption. Let me know in the comments what you think about that, and I'll see you in my upcoming series on Charlie's rhetorical strategies. Subscribe to be alerted.